Hey everybody, Mr. Doty here, going over the standard algorithm for multiplication as we'll be doing for homework the next 2 weeks. So I'm going to use number 1 from our homework as our example. So 89 times 35. Okay, I'm going to solve it on notebook paper. You're welcome to solve it right onto our homework packet. So the first thing I do is set up the problem by place value. What does that mean? Well, my two numbers are lined up vertically, and my ones place is in the same column, and my tens place is in the same column. The first two numbers will multiply is my ones place from one number times the ones place of the other number. The math fact I'll use is 9 times 5. But I won't write 45 down here all scrunched up. I need to regroup by place value. So I'll write 45. I wrote my 4 up here representing 40 and my 5 down here representing 5. Next I'll multiply 5 times 8. This is my ones place times my tens place. 8 times 5 is a math fact. That's 40. But I'm not going to write 40 down here. I have to deal with what I regrouped from before. So I multiply and then add the rest. Multiply and add the rest. 8 times 5 is 40. 40 plus 4 is 44. I'm going to write that sum, 40 plus 4, down here. 40 plus 4 is 44. The next thing we're going to do is add what's called a place value 0. In my class, we call this the phantom 0 because for many of us, this is a mystery why it exists. But really, the mathematical reason is that we're multiplying by our tens place. And so if we multiply a number by a tens place, it's impossible to have a number that would be one digit long, right? If you multiplied 10 times anything, you could not get a one-digit answer. So we add our place value 0 right here. And we'll multiply across. Some students point out that this makes a big X in our problem. Okay, that's a great way to remember that. 3 times 9 is 27. 3 times 9 is 27. I'm not going to write 27 down here, all bunched up in my tens place. I'm going to regroup. 27. Okay? You may have seen this regrouped all different types of ways, but here in my class we like to put the numbers vertically in a stack, nice and neat, and to add plus signs as we add our regrouped numbers. Okay? So I multiplied 9 times 3 and regrouped as 27. And I only have one more number to multiply together. I have to multiply 3 times 8. This is my tens place times my tens place. Okay? We've now created an X across our problem, and we've also multiplied our ones places and our tens places. So we know this is the last thing we have to do. 3 times 8 is 24, but we have to deal with what we regrouped. So 24 plus 2 more is 26. I'll say that again. 3 times 8 is 24, plus 2 more is 26. Okay? And because I've been adding my regrouped numbers up here, I like to do the plus sign because I know that I've taken care of that. Okay? If one of these didn't have a plus sign next to it, I would know that I made a mistake and I'd go back and find the mistake. Okay? Add your two partial products together. The partial products are 445 and 2,670. 5 plus 0 is 5. 4 plus 7 is 11. I regroup. 6 plus 4 makes 10. One more is 11. And 2 plus 1 is 3. Good stuff. 3,115. Now, students, you feel more confident using the area model and matrix method, also known as box method, than you do with the standard algorithm. So I would encourage you to use another method to check. Maybe a method that you're more comfortable using. Okay? And I'm going to go a little bit quicker on this part because this is old information for you. Okay? I rewrote my problem, 89 times 35, and I broke the numbers up by place value. So 89 is the same as 80 plus 9. And 35 is the same as 30 plus 5. Okay, so I've broken them up, and I'll multiply each factor together to get each product. So this area is really the coordinate, like Battleship. Remember Battleship, the board game? Is really the coordinate of 30 times 80. Well, we know 3 times 8 is 24. And we know that when we ignore zeros, when we multiply, we have to add them back into our product. So 30 times 80 is actually 2,400. Let's solve for this area next. 30 times 9. We'll use the math fact 9 times 3, which is 27. Oh, but we forgot our 0, so we have to add it back into our product. This coordinate is the intersection of 5 times 80, which is the math fact 40. Oh, and it looks like we've taken care of our 0, but we know we haven't, because our math fact, actually the product involves a 0. So we have to add the 0 from our 80 factor. Okay? And finally, 9 times 5 is, in fact, 45. And we have our 4 partial products. Add these together. Again, I've lined it up as neatly as I can by place value. 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 5. 7 plus 4. Now I'm ignoring my zeros. Ready? 7 plus 4 is 11, and I regrouped that. 4 plus 2 plus 4 makes a 10. Plus 1 more is 11. And finally, 2 plus 1, also known as 1,000 plus 2,000, does in fact equal 3,000. Okay? I have my two methods, and I draw an arrow between them to prove that my methods have agreed. So my product is 3,115. Okay? You should be all set to solve number 1 on your homework. Happy solving. Talk to you later.